So how do you follow up that last one? Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to Season 2, Episode 10 of Hilda. And yeah, that last episode was just so goddamn good on so many different levels. How do you follow that up? There's still more episodes to go this season, and it's just a matter of, like, I don't know where to go from here. Because that felt like that could be a season finale. So we have like a few more episodes to go though, and I don't know what to expect. I just hope that whatever we get for this finale, it does feel like a finale. Because that's something that I've talked about before, obviously. When I say, like, oh, does this feel like the finale of a series or a season? It's a vibes kind of thing where it's like, oh, does this episode feel grand and big and important enough to feel like how a season should end? And I feel like that's an important factor to take into account when you're watching a season or a series finale. It has to hold the right amount of weight and gravitas to make it feel like worthwhile as a finale rather than just your everyday normal episode. Because you don't want a finale to feel like a normal episode. You want it to feel like an event. And like Owl House got this right, like, exceptionally well with every season. Even the final season, which was basically 3 big events back to back, the final episode still felt bigger than the other 2. And so I'm hoping that whatever we're leading up to with this finale ends up being really worth it. But I don't know. I have no idea where this is going. I have no idea what to expect with these next episodes. So let's just get into this one and see what we have in store. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Like, there have been occasions where I've been, like, wrong on a voice actor before. And I've been happy to be wrong because it ended up being someone, like, really cool that I would have never expected. This has happened before. But this was such an unexpected treat. Because I would have never guessed that that was Andy Serkis. For those who somehow don't know who Andy Serkis is, some of his more famous roles include Gollum and Smeagol in Lord of the Rings. He's Caesar in Planet of the Apes. Supreme Leader Snoke in Star Wars. He's Alfred Pennyworth in The Batman with Robert Pattinson. And many, 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 many other things. He does a lot of mocap work. He does other voice acting stuff. He's a really big name. So to see that he was the voice of God, I let me see if I could go back real quick and get this name down. Katasnika, something like that. Katasnika. Kurt, we'll say. I was so convinced it was Rob Paulson. It sounded so much like the way he enunciates and emphasizes certain syllables and everything. But no, it was fucking. I am so surprised by it. He was also Ulysses Claw in the MCU. He's done a lot of big roles. Um, that is such a great surprise. So was this episode, honestly, though. This was obviously a Christmas themed episode with, like, its own. I want to say original holiday, but this might not be fully original. Might be like based off of like real celebrations within the Scandinavian province. But I don't know like how much of this is like entirely accurate to any of that or whatnot. But it's a unique one that you don't see a lot in a lot of media. But for Hilda, which is very notably inspired by a lot of Scandinavian stuff, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense that they would do this instead of just having a normal Christmas episode. And it makes it feel very unique and special. The Yule lads themselves, like, obviously can be seen like almost similar to elves. Though instead of like Santa punishing naughty kids by giving them coal instead of presents, they kidnap the kids to feed them to Grilla, as we're pronouncing it here. Um, so yeah, like I said, this was something that I heard about through the Legends of Evantris animated shorts, but I want to look this up real quick. See if this is like just real mythology. Oh yeah, Icelandic folklore. Grilla is a monstrous entity who lives in the wilderness of Iceland. And it looks like at least one design I'm seeing here is similar to what we saw in this. Troll-like and everything. Okay, apparently generally represented as wandering between human settlements and demanding charity from those she encounters, often asking for naughty well, that one we got. Um, oh, and the Yule lads themselves are even mentioned here. Modern depictions of Grilla tend to focus more strongly on her role as the mother of the Yule lads. Interesting. Um, oh, apparently this was in the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina as well. That's interesting. Really? So Grilla appears in the Red One movie, the Christmas holiday film that had like J.K. Simmons as Santa and everything. That's interesting. And yeah, it mentions Hilda here. It actually specifically mentions Hilda. Um, Let me see if I can find something here. So yeah, there's a short from the Legends of Evantris D&D group called Grilla of the Woods. So they were like again unsure of how to pronounce it and all. So I'm wondering if that like I know they had a campaign that was based around like the Christmas season and all. So I'm thinking that's probably from that specific campaign then. But yeah, that the entire joke was like about the pronunciation and all. So that's just really funny to me that ended up being in this. It was very easy to spot that the Yule lads were working for Grilla right off the bat. Like they seemed way too enthused, and that's also a part that kind of confuses me a little. They were extremely enthused about their job. They were like excited to find naughty kids, and even more excited to find out that adults could be naughty. Why would they be that excited and seemingly happy if they were basically doing this as slaves to Grilla in order to not get eaten themselves. That doesn't really make a lot of sense if you think about it. Because you would think they would be like, because they even said that they're not doing this like out of their own will. They're being forced to. This is not something they actually like. But then why were they so happy? I don't get it. Because they naturally wouldn't be like super happy like that, I would think. If they really did regret their actions and not like doing this. But while obviously probably toned down from a lot of the real mythology surrounding this, I do like that they kept it pretty dark. Like with the fact that Grilla eats children, that's pretty dark. I'm glad that they didn't like just say like she just kidnaps children and leave it at that. Like leave it like vague as to what happened. No, they spelled it out. And I appreciate when shows that are not like really dark shows typically do go into that level once in a while. Um, because this is obviously a cartoon that is marketed mostly to children. This isn't like an adult series like some cartoons out there. So when it does go randomly really dark, it really stands out. I kind of feel though that it's just kind of, you know, the writers and directors and everyone who worked on the show just, you know, treating kids with respect in that they can handle that kind of stuff. That it's not going to like scar them or mess them up or anything. That they can handle hearing about dark stuff like that. Really fascinating stuff. And the way it was resolved was a little silly because it's like, okay, even if the broth is really good, why would that just automatically work? Like, yeah, like Grilla was gathering the children to put in her stew pot and everything. So it's like, okay, stew pot to broth, I get the connection there. But it's like, clearly she wanted the children for a reason. So, like, just replacing that with vegetable broth, even if it's good vegetable broth, doesn't feel like it would wield the same, like, reasoning for why she's doing this in the first place. It just doesn't feel like it would be the same thing. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's a little bit of nitpicking, but still. Um, there's also the subplot about Hilda leaving her tea bags all over the counter and stuff. Which, one, how do you even end up doing that? Like, it's so easy to just throw them away. But also, why was that subplot in here? I understand, like, the idea was, like, oh, Hilda does some naughty stuff sometimes. People just do. So we're gonna use that to like reach to the Yule lads, and it's like, oh, they've done some naughty stuff sometimes too, but they shouldn't be punished for it. Um, Grilla is in the wrong to do so. Um, but it's like it was a random conflict that felt unnecessary with Hilda leaving the tea bags. And then there's the entire part where she wakes up and is suddenly like extremely snappy at her mother. It's like, oh, you're leaving your tea bag everywhere. That's a double standard. It's like, what? Why are you suddenly so aggressive about this? Where the fuck did that come from? Like, I understand there's been some like points where like Hilda has been like a little snappy at her mother lately, but like what is happening here? Because it's like getting like upset at one little thing here and there because she gets grounded. It's like, okay, that's fair enough. But like snapping at her like this because she's because she's like upset at a perceived double stand. It's like, what the fuck? That seems so out of place and random. Like I don't get why that was in there. Again, maybe it's just me, but it just felt entirely too like weird. Excuse me. But either way, yeah, this was a good episode. I enjoyed it and definitely interested to see where this continues to go. We got like a couple episodes left, so hopefully we end off the season on a really good note. But for now, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And yeah, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.